everyone, it's Leo from Apicoo Robotics here, and today I am going to show you how to connect your SusGrip gripper to the computer and get it running. The things that you will need are the standard SusGrip cable that comes with the gripper, the RS485 to USB converter device which also comes with the gripper, a 24-volt DC power supply, a computer running Microsoft Windows, and of course the SusGrip gripper itself. To set up the cable and wiring, you can refer to the official manual that can be found on the website of Apicoo Robotics, but I'm just going to show it to you anyway. If you already have everything prepared, just skip to the next section. Now grab the standard SusGrip cable and connect one end to the I/O port on the gripper. Make sure the connection is secured with adequate force. Then, grab the other end of the cable. We're going to strip away a part of the outer insulation of the cable. I'm going to use this tool, but you can use any equipment. Here is how it looks after. This metal-like mesh around the wires is the shield of the cable. Connecting this to ground can help with signal integrity and improve operation stability. I'm just going to ignore it for now. Now we strip and connect the wires. The yellow wire connected to the slot on the RS485 USB that says A or A+. The green wire connected to the slot on the USB where it says B or B-. Now to the power wires. We connect the red wire to the positive terminal of the power supply. I'm using an alligator clip. And the black wire to the negative terminal of the power supply. Okay, with everything properly secured, I'll turn on the electricity. Wait for a few seconds and you should see a blue LED light up. That's when we know that it's working as expected. Connect the RS485 USB to the computer and we're ready to move on to the next step. Extract and run the executable file of the Apicoo Universal Console. Once it's done loading, you should see a screen like this. Now look to the right-hand side panel and expand the Select Port menu. If the RS485 USB is connected, you should see it listed here. If there's nothing, you might need to install the serial USB driver for your computer. Here my device is listed as COM6. I'll select it and click on the scan button. As you can see, my device is discovered and shown here on the right-hand side panel. I can see its type is the SusGrip 3F and its ID is 1. Now, if your device has a larger ID number like 30, 50, 100, or 200, it might take a while for the software to find it. If you know your device ID, you can expand the search options and drag the Start ID slider. This will make the software start scanning from the selected number and reach your device faster. Okay, now if you click on the play button of each device, it's going to take you to the control screen. On the left-hand side is the real-time monitor graph and a field that shows every parameter like position, speed, and error status. On the right-hand side panel, we have these sliders to control the gripper. If you drag the position slider and release it, the fingers will move. The yellow slider sets the speed. If we drag it to the left, the fingers move more slowly. If we drag it to the right, they move faster. In the lower part, you can click on Show Quick Targets. These quick targets can be used to quickly move the fingers without the hassle of dragging the blue slider. Now, if you expand this drop-down list here, you can see all sorts of profiles for object grasping. I'm just going to skip this for now. In the top left corner, there's this big red button that says EMCY. Click on this to activate the emergency stop on the gripper. The button flashes too. If you want more control instead of just dragging sliders, click on this teal button here that says Advanced. This takes us to a different panel with all the control parameters. Here we can set every value directly. To go back to sliders, click on the simple button. Play around with this screen before we move on to the next part of setting operational parameters for the device. Now switch to the Config tab and you shall see the parameters grouped into different categories. I will only be talking briefly about some configs in this video. For more details, please have a look at the official product manual, which you can get off Apicoo Robotics website. Alright, let's see mode of operation first. Here, as the name suggests, we can change the operation mode of SusGrip Gripper. There are two modes to choose from, normal mode and I/O only mode. Here I'll use normal mode, but if you're controlling using the robot's digital outputs, be sure to switch to I/O only mode. There are two buttons next to it. If you click on retrieve, the software will read from the device to see what is being set down there. If you click on apply, it will send that setting to the device immediately. There's also a brief description below to give us some ideas about what each parameter does. Okay, I'll click on return to go back. Now let's see what we have in I/O motion and force. Here we can set how wide the gripper opens and closes. In normal mode, we make SusGrip move to anywhere by using communication between the software and the gripper, which is what we've been doing until now, dragging those sliders. In I/O only mode, however, the only way we can make the fingers move is by setting the input pin to either on or off, so there are only two possible movements. To choose how wide or narrow the gripper opens and closes, we have to set it here with these parameters. So here we have 6 total parameters, 3 for open and 3 for close. Open and close position is how wide the gripper opens and closes. Open and close speed is how fast. And open and close acceleration is also how fast. You can set them to your desired values, but here's a rule of thumb. Set the speed to your travel distance, then set the acceleration to be double that amount. For example, if you're opening to 120 millimeters, a speed of 120 and acceleration of 240 would give a travel time of around 1 second. If you want faster travel, you can set the speed to 240 and acceleration to 480. Play around with the open and close parameters until you like what you see. Be sure to click on apply, else the gripper will not recognize your changes. Down below, we have several more things to see. Force strength should be intuitive enough. The higher we set this value, the more force SusGrip will use to grasp an object. The allowable deform is too complex to explain in this video. You can get the manual for the description. A quick guide is to set this to around 3 to 5 for hard objects like a mug or a phone, and around 6 to 10 for soft and squishy ones like a plastic bottle or Play-Doh. The other one is marked as expert only, so I'm going to skip it in this video. Alright, have a look around at other categories and see what SusGrip has to offer. After we're done with the changes, we can click on Send All to Device on the bottom right corner here. This will apply every single config, which is the same as clicking Apply for each parameter. Then you can click on this Save to Devices memory if you want SusGrip to remember the changes. If we don't save to memory, all changes will be reset when power is lost. While we're at it, there's one more thing in this device's screen that I would like to show you. If you switch to the Device Info tab here, you can get the information of the SusGrip gripper. Click this green button that says Retrieve Device Information to attain the details such as the type, the serial number, the software version it's running on along with its release date and its own ID. And basically that's it. In the next part, we'll be having a look at the squad control feature. Okay, clicking on the squad button on the top bar, we're taken to a different screen. Here you can see your connected devices, just like when we perform the scanning action. Each device has this round button that we can click to select or deselect. I'll click once to select this device and add it to my squad. Then I'll go to Squad Control Cyclic. Here we can see 3 parameters. The squad members shows the ID of the selected device. Here it shows number 1 because we just selected the device with ID 1 previously. The cycles elapsed counts how many cycles of open and close of the squad, and the cyclic period sets how long each period lasts. I'll click on the start button and you should see what this thing does. As you can see, this is basically making the gripper open and close constantly. Changing the cyclic period makes it move more or less frequently. While it is moving, we can go back to the device's screen and look at the real-time monitor. Now if we go to Config, I/O Motion and Force, change the open position and close position and click Apply, the gripper motion will also be changing. This is because Squad Cyclic Control uses these numbers to tell each gripper in the squad to move. Alright, that's all for this video. I hope you all find this helpful for getting you started with SusGrip Gripper. If you have any questions, feel free to ask by commenting down below or sending me an email. Happy commissioning!